Financial Group, South Florida Business Center, which provides financial and investment services for individuals, families, professionals, as well as professional athletes. Of course, the panel aptly named Athletes in Real Estate. Prior to Shawn's embarking into the financial world, he was had a successful a successful career rather, covering 9 years in the NFL, playing for the Miami Dolphins as well as the Bears, the Chicago Bears. Academic credentials from Notre Dame, where he played ball as well, and also from Wharton School of Business. And Dr. Lemon was one of his instructors as well there. Lots of professional and community and service accolades, awards, etc. But I want to turn it over right now to Shawn, and he's going to introduce the panel and talk to you guys about all kinds of interesting information on financing and financial stuff.
How you guys doing? As Ken said, I'm the moderator for the Athletes in Real Estate panel discussion. We want to discuss a little bit about these guys up here who are all associated with the University of Florida. And I feel like I'm kind of out of whack here because I'm the only one on the panel discussion or part of the panel discussion that's not part of the University of Florida. My experience with University of Florida was my freshman year, 91 season, where we played you guys in the Sugar Bowl, and we beat you.
It's about to get
we
real
destroyed
quiet.
you.
See how
It got
quiet it's
real
starting
quiet.
to get in here now?
See, that's all I had to say is talk about
really
Florida loss. But no, like I said, you guys don't want to hear from me. You know, us guys from Notre Dame can be very long-winded. So I'm going to go right into introducing members of our panel. The first person to my left, you guys right, is a prestigious running back, Errict Rhett.
Thank you.
Had a very prestigious career at the University of Florida and also with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's going to talk a little bit about himself a little bit later. But then the next gentleman is Coach Red Anderson. And I've heard, Coach, that you are the reason why Spurrier had winning teams. And you know, Coach Red started his career in high school athletics, and then he moved up to the collegiate level where he coached 15 years with the University of Florida Gators, and after went into did some work with the Booster Club, and now he's with Coldwell Bankers. So let's start it right out.
No, Lawrence.
And our missing panelist is known to show up a little late. He's on a different clock. He's a different type of individual. And that's Lawrence Wright, who's CEO, founder, and president of Lawrence Wright and Partners, and he will be joining us very shortly. So, and his accolades, I guess I would say, is that he was a very good. You know, I played safety also in the NFL, and Lawrence was a very good defensive back for the University of Florida. Actually won the Jim Thorpe Award and went on with his career with the Cincinnati Bengals and had a very good career in the NFL, and now is doing a very good job or a great job in the real estate market.
Yes.
So, oh wait, looks like we have an appearance.
Yes. But this is
come on in, Lawrence. Come on.
This is what he always
See,
does.
the thing is, what I heard, he wanted to make an appearance. He wanted to come up and make sure everybody's watching him walk up on stage.
I've never seen a tie that loud in my life.
So, Errict, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about your, very briefly about your football career, but what you're doing now.
Well, definitely, I was a running back with the University of Florida back in the early 90s with Steve Spurrier. And I guess it all would start with, Coach Red Anderson coming to my high school, and recruiting me. At first, no one really wanted me as a running back. I wasn't that fast. They knew that I worked hard and I was pretty strong, but, I lacked the speed that most backs had. But one thing that he promised me, he said, Red, I tell you what, we're recruiting you as a defensive back. You have an opportunity to play right away as a defensive back, but we'll give you the opportunity to play running back. And that's really all I want. I've been recruited by all the schools in the nation, but nobody wanted me for running back. But I just really didn't find any joy in defense. I just couldn't find, I know you were a defense player, but I just couldn't really find any joy in it at all.
Actually, I started as an offensive player.
Wow, okay.
I went to college. You know, it's a crazy story because Eddie George was my backup in high school.
Wow, could you believe that? That's amazing.
It is kind of crazy.
That's amazing. But
I guess I chose the wrong side.
You know, Coach Rhett gave me an opportunity. You know, he talked to the running back coach, and they gave me an opportunity to play running back. And I tell you, when I got that one shot, there was no looking back. I settled for probably playing my first year instead of being a redshirt fifth-team running back. But I wanted to play running back. That's where my heart was. And I quickly shot up the depth chart pretty fast, knowing that it was one guy, no matter how hard I tried. It seemed like I really just couldn't beat that guy out. That was Emmitt Smith. But I was right on his tail. I was right on his heels.
Not a bad guy then.
No, not a bad guy either to follow at all. But then I went on and had some great years at the University of Florida. The thing that I remember the most about the University of Florida is not just the game days. A lot of people see game days, but one thing about me, I enjoy and I cherish each and every day. Each and every day in that locker room, each and every day at practice. It's not one day, I can say this right now, not one day did I ever take off in practice. I gave my heart and soul as though it was my last practice ever, as though every practice was my last game. And I tell you this right, come game day on Saturday, it was so easy for me because I worked so hard during the week. I must rush for 2,000 yards every practice. To get 100 yards come game day, it shouldn't really be that hard. So I was, you know, I always kept myself ready and always kept myself prepared. After my last year at the University of Florida, I was drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and in the second round. And you know, that took a lot of persevering right there because I thought that I did everything possible to go in the first round and only be surprised in back then, you know, if you didn't have, we were poor. If you didn't have cable television, you really couldn't see the second, third, fourth round. The first round was on ESPN. So from there, that's when, at the time when I was playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my brother had started, my brother was a general contractor with a company called Current Builders down in South Florida. Okay. So, that's when I just started just really looking at the real estate market and stuff like that. But at the same time, my concentration was, you know, football because as we know, when you're in the NFL, you really don't really have an off season. Your off season is really like your in season. But what really happened was my third year, I had an awful contract dispute. I had a lawyer by the name of Drew Rosenhaus.
Drew Rosenhaus.
I think that's your agent, right?
My former agent.
It was your former agent.
My former agent.
I think he's everybody's former agent.
He's everybody's former agent.
Yeah,
if you were associated with a Florida team, he was he probably had the hand in your contract.
Well, my contract, I know we have a short time, each one of us, but you know, in the beginning, I signed a 4-year deal. You know, in my third year, it was optional. My last year was optional. So all I had to do was send in a fax letter to cancel out a deal. And here we go, we have a 5-year, $25 million deal on the table. And because my agent forgot to send in a fax,
Yes.
to cancel out my last year, I had to come back and play for $300,000. Now let me tell you about what you buy when you think you're getting $5 million up front. You buy a lot of nice things. See, you buy a lot of
real estate?
I bought, you know, yeah, I did. I bought my mother a house. I bought me a dream house. You buy some things because you know you're getting this money up front. But I tell you, I'm one of the few players to ever have 3 jobs while playing in the NFL. I had a morning job before I get there. I went to the NFL, played football, and then I had a night job. I think I was probably selling cars or something to pay all these bills. I had to come back and play for $300,000 after a $25 million deal went out the way. So this is what I tell you. The transformation for me compared to other players, a lot of players, let me tell you, 98% I know of Afro-American athletes, 5 years after they're done, they're broke. 98%, that's a lot. So I knew that I did not want to be amongst that right there. In no way. I've been broke all my life. I grew up in a poor family household, so it's no way I wanted to go back to that area right there. So the transformation for me right into real estate with working with my brother, it seemed like it came easy, but when my career ending, I know that you're one play away. In the game of football, we're one play away. And I had that one play happen to me. I just worked my way up, and I signed a brand new deal with the Cleveland Browns. Within the 5th game, my career was over. So now what do you do now? What do you do now?
Yeah, a lot of athletes, and like Eric said, a lot of athletes after they're done playing, being in the financial world.
Yeah.
A lot of athletes, I do see it, that a lot of athletes, not just Afro-Americans, but 78% of the total general
Now,
population
total.
is, after 2-3 years, is financially challenged, I would say.
It's very financial challenging, and I can
So
tell
it
you
was
this.
good to see that you started while you were still playing.
I went broke while I was playing, so it was the easy
was an
transformation.
easy transformation.
It's not too many guys go broke while they're playing. You know, I was actually getting a salary and broke. So, but I tell you this right, this is what everybody wants to know. Every NFL player, because they label you so easy. He lives in this neighborhood, oh, he plays football. This guy lives because he plays football. And I used to hate that right there. So what every player wants to know, we admire the business people like you guys, and a lot of you guys admire the NFL players. All of us want to know, can we make it with our brain? Can we make it if everything was stripped away? Can you start back over in a whole nother field? I started over in a whole nother field. I had never been to Home Depot. I didn't even know what a Home Depot was. I started over from ground up, from the bottom.
That's a great story.
You know,
That is. That's a great story, perseverance. Well, you did take probably some things from the NFL and some things from being an athlete, you know, the discipline that you learned,
Yes.
the commitment, the dedication, and also maybe the teamwork.
Oh, you definitely take that. The most important thing that I took with me into the business world, and I think that this helps me be successful, is perseverance. It doesn't always come your way right away, but I've learned to persevere. And I feel good right now to say, wow, I've literally made more with my head than playing the game of football. I did better after the game of football than actually playing the game. And that's something that I'm so proud of, right? That's what I take to heart right there.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That does deserve a round of applause.
Yeah.
So we've got the Cliff Note version of your life in football and after football. So we're going to move on to to another gentleman we have.
Go ahead.
Coach Rhett, and I apologize if but I have the respect. You were a coach. I want to show the respect, and from what I hear from your players, they admire you and they really look up to you while they were playing and after. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you transitioned from the football world, we'll say the athletic world, into the business world.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You did have to bring up that Sugar Bowl, didn't you? I mean,
Yes,
you could have kept that quiet or not said anything about it.
I think Jerome Bettis had like 2 back-to-back runs for
Yeah.
50-something yards.
Yeah, we had a
Something
young
like
man
that.
by the name of Diamond who was a walk-on linebacker, great guy.
Yes.
But he was about 5'2" and weighed about 130 pounds. And he had to come into the game, and I think Jerome found him.
Yes.
I think he got him tangled up in his cleats. But anyway, it's an honor and privilege to be here, especially with these two guys. I was privileged enough to recruit these guys, and I think you can obviously tell, listening to him talk, where he came from, what he's made of, and what he can do. You wish that a lot of athletes had that same type of drive and motivation as these two guys obviously do. Lawrence came out of Liberty City where, very few men get out of there alive, period. So, and he made something of himself and as a football player and obviously in the business world. Of course, this guy here, I have flashbacks, and they may remember the Mud Bowl of playing Georgia when it was pouring down rain and it was about 2 feet of water on the sidelines. And with Spurrier, who wanted to throw it every down if he possibly could, had to rely on this guy here to win the football game because he kept handing him the ball, and it was just killing Spurrier to have to hand that ball off every time. He'd rather be throwing it down the field. But just to give you a little insight and talk, what I'm talking about, what this is made up inside, because there's a lot of comparison with the things that happens with a football player as happens in the business world, in real estate. I know being out there dealing with people, it's a people business, and a lot of times it's just say no because you get no a lot, but you got to be pretty tough and you got to persevere, and there are the good times that are going to happen, there are the bad times that are going to happen. And I have a daughter right now that's in musical theater that's in New York City, and I told her, I said, honey, that's the worst profession outside of coaching and real estate because it's no all the time. So you got to be pretty damn tough to survive. And this guy survived. But just an inside story on him, when he was in high school, you know, he was the state champ heavyweight wrestler, and he weighed probably 205 pounds. And the heavyweight division, I believe at that time, was still unlimited, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Unlimited weight. So in other words, he's got to wrestle 300-pound guys and, you know, in that nature, 275, 300-pound guys. And he wins the state championship 2 years. And in the third year, I think his senior year, he tore up his knee playing football and couldn't practice wrestling. So you had to have so many matches before you could do it. And he got in just enough matches to qualify for state. Went all the way through, wrestled the same guy that he beat 2 years in a row and lost, I think, in overtime by a point.
Yeah.
But his training and the knee, I mean, it shows you what he's made of. And, of course, trash talk was invented by him. I mean, he's a guy, when he was with Tampa Bay, I shouldn't tell this story, but Eric's not ever lost for words and doesn't mind doing anything if he feels like doing it. And so when he went down there, all these old football players, you know, you've probably seen some of that with the Dolphins right now. Some of the things have gone on, but he's not supposed to be sitting at the table that everybody else was sitting at because he was a rookie. Well, that didn't stop Eric. Hell, he's going to sit at that table if he wanted to sit at the table. And so he did. They said, well, look, you got to get up and leave. And he said, no, I'm not going to leave. And, of course, Eric has a tendency to yak, yak, yak. So they all went out to practice, and Eric's nowhere to be found. The coach says, where the hell is Eric? I don't know, Coach. I think he might be in the locker room. So he says, I sent in a manager, go get that sucker out here right now. Well, they all ganged up on Eric, and they taped him up like a mummy and put him under the shower.
Yeah. It would drown me.
He almost drowned. So,
I thought that was an urban legend.
but
I
you
heard
know
about
what? It still didn't shut him up.
Yeah.
It didn't help him
Yeah.
a bit. In my particular case, without going in elaborating a lot, obviously I was in the coaching profession. I was in high school for about 10 years, and then I went into coaching on the different college levels. In fact, I was with a guy that you may remember, some of you that are older, by the name of Lou Saban, and who was a great guy. He was a Croatian, which at that time I didn't know what the hell a Croatian was, but he used to tell me these stories all the time about when he came over and what he had to do and how tough he was. But I had a great experience of being at West Point. I've been at Vanderbilt. I've been at the University of Miami. You know, I've been at University of Central Florida, and of course, obviously, my last stop was University of Florida, which was close to my heart. I played ball there. To the return was special, very special. And as I had mentioned to you before, you know, obviously, I stayed through 4 head coaches, and then the last head coach there was Urban Meyer, who I had a chance to talk with, but he decided he didn't want me. And I had opportunities to go to some other places, and I decided not to. I wanted to stick around my family. I got tired of traveling around, and I'd gotten so locked in with the roots there in Gainesville, I decided to stay. And the one thing that I had gotten was a real estate license back in the 70s. These guys wouldn't even know the 70s. But I had gotten a real estate license back in the 70s, and I decided, you know, I think I'm going to go that direction. And so I had an opportunity to go with Coldwell Banker, which is a fantastic company, Parrish there in Gainesville. And Bo Berry, who may be here somewhere, I don't know if Bo's here or not, works with the commercial real estate division and has done a fantastic job. And so I've been there about 10 years now, and I had an opportunity to work in commercial real estate as well as residential. And it's really been a pleasure. You're still dealing with people, still helping people, trying to solve problems. And, of course, as a coach, basically that's what I did, was try to help young men, get them in the right direction. And if I had a bunch of guys like this, I would never worry about anything when it came to winning. And obviously he has transported that attitude into his business world, and both of them are very successful. I'm very proud of them, and just grateful to be here today. Thanks.
Thank you, Coach. And Mr. Wright, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your playing career, and then also how you transitioned into the real estate and the reason why you decided to go into real estate.
You're asking too many questions at one time. Which one first?
Okay, let's go.
Hey, give me the first one.
First question. I know
we
I know you UF guys.
Well,
First question.
First question. Well, originally I signed with the University of Miami. I got to tell y'all this quick story. Signed with the University of Miami, and you know, Coach Rhett here, he recruited me, and so he was very relentless and determined that I was going to go to the University of Florida. So back in the days, we don't have all these rules that we have now. So Coach Rhett had me on the phone at like 2 in the morning. I was like, Coach, I'm going to the University of Miami. Coach like, no, you can't go to the University of Miami. So me and him on the phone till like 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I said, Coach, let me just get some sleep and think on it. And I had to be at school the next day. It was signing day, really, that morning. And he said, I'll meet you at the school. So we was on the phone from 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had to be to school by 7:30. So total about 3 hours that I had to take a little cat nap. Walked through the door of the school. The first person I see is Coach Rhett. He said, hey, where's a place that we can talk? And he cornered me into a room and said, I really need you to come to the University of Florida. I said, Coach, I can't come to the University of Florida. This took another 5 hours, so it seems like. So all night the night before and all morning the next day, trying to convince me to go to the University of Florida. Well, some things happened to me. I took the SAT test. You know, some of us not good at taking tests, and I was one of those people. You know, I copy off somebody's paper, but I'm never good at taking tests. So I lo and behold, I took the SAT. I got a 690 like 4 times. I was like, dog, God, I can't get 10 points. So eventually, I went to Valley Forge Military Academy in Wayne, Pennsylvania. First of all, it was too cold. I didn't, you know, being from South Florida, and the coach convinced me that they had palm trees. I say, oh, they got palm trees? It's going to be pretty good if they got palm trees. Well, never really being outside of Florida before like that, I went there, and it was freezing cold. I was like, man, if I can only get back to Florida, I'll be a happy camper. Well, the University of Miami never, the whole, let's say 4 months I was there, they never called. They just thought I was a shoo-in to go back to University of University of Miami. And Coach Rhett called me again. Hey, this is your second opportunity to come to the University of Florida. So come down for a visit. So I went other places than visits because I wanted to get out of the cold anyway. So Coach Rhett and Coach Spurrier had me down there, and they said to me, now listen, Coach Spurrier himself, y'all know how he speaks. Hey, Lawrence, hey, University of Miami got all these national championships. You want to be a part of something first ever. What do you think about that, big guy? So, with me just thinking about it, I'm like saying to myself, I was like, first ever. That sounds special. And so with me pondering it, the next week I took to visit the University of Miami. Coach Erickson was the head coach at the time. And they was winning. They was having very good success. And they wanted me to move my position from safety to linebacker because they believe in having small linebackers that's fast, tackle well. And so I told Coach Erickson, Coach, you got to give me some time to think about it. But all in my mind, I was thinking, Coach Rhett. Coach Rhett going to be relentless on me signing with the University of Florida. I said, I don't want to stay up all night this time, Coach Rhett. So lo and behold, I was able to ponder it and think about the opportunities that this great university had to offer. And I was comparing the good, the positive of being at the University of Miami, the positive of being at the University of Florida. And I really realized that it's like this. Either you're a first-class citizen or you're a second-class citizen. And the University of Florida is definitely the first-class citizen because how we handle things, how we do things, our approach in business, and the Gator Nation itself. And I really thought that was like a fable, you know, it tells, you can say, oh man, Gator Nation. And you really don't realize it until you really get outside of the limelight of playing football and basketball, any collegiate sport. You really see that there is a nation of people, all races, all creeds, all colors, all ethnicities, all genders, that really try to bond together to help each other. And I think that's what's mostly I'm proud of to be affiliate with this great university, is that we are a nation in itself that lends help, support, and resources to one another that can help build the next generation of Gators. And I think that's most important than anything. I think the door was open to me to come to the University of Florida and to play football and to be the part of the first ever national championship team here. But the most important thing, I think, is being a part of this Gator Nation. And it really gives me the confidence and comparing us to other universities. And you can say Michigan, you can say Texas, you can say UCLA, USC, you can say Alabama, you can say Tennessee, but none of these universities have what we have. And just to be a part of this real estate camaraderie that's special in itself, as well as is what we do. I'm a third generational builder. And growing up in my family, it was what they call cheap labor. You know, you just, hey, your grandchildren, your children, everybody works on the job, and you don't have to pay them. And where you pay them is, my grandfather say, did you get up and eat breakfast this morning? Yes, Granddad, I ate breakfast. Okay, that was the first time you got paid this morning. Did you have lunch this afternoon? Yes, Granddad, I had lunch this afternoon. Okay, you got paid twice. Did you eat dinner tonight? Yes, Granddad, I ate dinner. Well, you got paid 3 times in one day. Who can beat that? You are the highest paid guy in the company. So, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, you realize on both sides of my family, it was like that. My grandfather on my mother's side was tile and terrazzo. And then on my father's side was block and stucco. So I've been pushing a wheelbarrow. I've been either pushing a wheelbarrow or throwing a football since I was 5 years old. So I understand both sides of hard work. So I was able to understand the construction side. I was blessed enough to have a mentor by the name of Steve Johns, who mentored me more in the field of construction. And then I started to realize the construction people are not the ones that really make the money. The ones that make the money is the one that put the whole master plan together. So I started to affiliate with some great companies that really was able to teach me some nuggets of being a developer. And then we started to go on our own to do some things. But the most important thing that always I wanted to do is help other people. I'm in the people business of helping other people to grow. In my neighborhood, I started my first not-for-profit when I was 18 years old, called the Wright Track, helping young men to not fall in the same situation that the environment that they may live in. And then also, we just started Lawrence Wright Pro Training Academy, and it's a not-for-profit that geared towards helping people to have a skill trade. And the development in building business and real estate business is all about people as well. So we're basically trying to help people better themselves, to get a competitive edge, to be successful. And football is the ultimate team sport. And so when you combine the principles of loyalty, commitment, determination, focus, and just the pure love of the game, that's what any business is driven on, because sometimes you start with nothing. Errict said he was broke. I was more broke than Errict because, you know, Lisa lived in a nice neighborhood. I lived in a real hood, you know. But I was able to, in my mind, I didn't think that I wasn't wealthy. In my mind, I always believed that I was very rich in resources and things. We had 18 people staying in one house. You got to realize the bathroom time was very challenging. So understanding that, but we shared everything. We shared our toys. We shared everything. So we was rich in so many other ways. So, but this life has generated me opportunity, and I thank God I've been blessed enough to be affiliated with this great university, and looking forward to mingling and talking more, sharing more about our business and what we do. But we want to help people and figuring out how we can collaborate our strengths together and make lives change and be more successful is what we're all about. So I hope that sums up your
That does. That does.
Your question.
That's good.
And from what I take from all three of you is that, you know, it's about teamwork. It's about people. It's about perseverance. It's the things that make you a great athlete or make you a great team while you're playing in professional sports. That also that you transition into the business world to make you successful there. It's great that you have a foundation, a non-for-profit. I know, Errict, you have one also. Coach, you help with the Booster Club with the university. So it's what I hope that people take from it is, from this panel discussion, is that not only are these guys were successful in the athletic realm, but they took those traits and those attributes and what made them so successful and brought it to the business world, and especially in the real estate. And I can say that all three of you, it's a great honor to be up here with you. And I'm wondering if we have any questions from the audience. None.
Man, y'all
They don't
bored.
know
Man,
about
y'all
the Gator
gotta be
Nation.
bored. Y'all all right?
I just drove 3.5 hours. Absolutely.
The question was, would they make it?
I was
Make it
there.
at April 12th golf tournament.
I made it last year. I believe I went to it last
Did I do
year.
it last year?
Yeah, we'll be back again this year.
All right, well,
Help
I
you
mean,
raise a lot of money.
yeah. All right, I tell you what. Is this not a Gator meeting?
We have, I think
I
it's
mean,
like
about 60%. 60% of the audience is Gator Nation. as you call it?
60%? All right. I'll take that. I'll take that. 60%. So therefore, this 60%, we're gonna indoctrinate everybody else. So we have 100%.
There you go.
But I want participation. If everybody don't participate, I'm gonna embarrass you. I will embarrass you.
No.
Are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready? Do y'all talk back? Do y'all?
No.
Hold on.
Let's get it.
He just drove 4 hours away.
He just got out of a car driving 4
I'm
hours.
just saying. Do y'all
Stand
talk
up.
back? Do y'all raise your hands? Huh? All right. Okay. Since this is a Gator meeting, we can do it like this, Now, I'm going to say a chant, right? Then, what I want you to say is Gator bait after whatever I say. You got that? Hold on. Y'all ain't got it because y'all ain't saying yes. Y'all boring, man. It's about having fun. Business is about having fun too. So whatever I say, you say Gator bait. Got that? Y'all ain't got it. Let's try it again. All right. This is a Gator meeting. Because this is a Gator meeting, we get to do Gator things, right? So I'm going to say, if you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator bait. Tennessee?
Gator bait.
That's not loud enough for me. I know we didn't have the best season. Y'all don't do right. See, when you don't have the best season, y'all act wrong. That ain't right. That ain't right. Let's get this right. All right, let's get it right. Y'all ready? Yeah. They don't do this at Notre Dame. I'm just saying. They can't do it.
Hey, hold on.
I'm just saying. I just call it like I see it.
I mean, you guys are scared to put us on your schedule.
I'm just saying. Y'all don't want to put us on the schedule. Don't want to go there.
We'll have
all right, here we go.
discussion
Well, we'll let the moderator, give you an opportunity to come up with your own stuff, but you ain't got one right now. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? If you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator Bait. Alabama.
Gator bait.
Tennessee.
Gator bait.
FSU.
Gator bait.
I want it louder than that. Come on now. Come on. I mean,
They got on suits.
that's what it is?
They got on suits.
Everybody take off the jacket then. I'll make y'all take off y'all jacket. Y'all don't get this right. So let's try this again. All right?
was younger than real loud.
One more time. Y'all got it? One more time. Y'all don't talk back.
Yeah.
Was it a rule that you couldn't talk back? Y'all carried that through college and you get to speaking seminars like, hey,
It wasn't like that in college.
Yeah,
I promise you.
It wasn't like that.
No. No.
All right, let's try it again. Y'all ready? Y'all ain't
Come on,
saying
let's do
y'all
it.
ready.
Let's do it, El.
Gator Bay, see that? Oh, all right. All right, I got it even better. I got something even better. I guarantee you, I'll pay I give everybody $1,000 in here if you can do this. Everybody, $1,000. Y'all ready? All right.
Is that $1,000 each?
Each. If they can do this, I give everybody $1,000. Okay? If y'all can't, y'all give me $1,000. All right. Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right. Whenever I say one, I just want y'all to clap. One time. Everybody together. Can y'all do that?
Yes. Come on.
That seems pretty simple, right?
Yes.
All right, here we go. One. No, that's like firecrackers. Clack, clack, clack. Everybody got to do it in unison. Everybody one time in unison together. Y'all got it? One. No, that's not it. Is that clack, clack? This is like the heartbeat of business. This is like the heartbeat of focus, of determination. You and your team have to be driven together to be on one accord. So I'm giving you a little nugget here. I ain't even charging you for this, okay? So let's try it again. One. No, man. You got clack, clack. You can't hear clack, clack. I think it's somebody over here. I don't know who it is, but stop that. All right, here we go. One.
Yeah, that was it.
No, that ain't it.
That was it. That's
the echo you hear.
Hey,
That's about close you're going to get.
I'm giving y'all a lot of practice. Y'all should have paid me $1,000 before that. But this, I'm going to give y'all one more time.
One more time. We're going to get it right.
This is the last time.
You ready?
One.
Yes.
You hear that clack, clack, clack? No.
That was it.
I'm going to show you what it sounds
You know,
like.
guys, let me tell you, he does this to the team. He does this on Friday night to the University of Florida football team. Almost every other game. This is what he does. So they get it right.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's go. One more time.
I'm going to give you the sound of what winning is all about. Because that's what y'all want to know about us.
That locker room.
And this is what it's all about. It's about leadership.
Okay.
It's about perseverance. You know, good leaders, you know, be out front to be able to say, hey, this is what we're going to do. And like good coaches and good players that work alongside with you. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And then when you see when it's tight during the fourth quarter, all the training, all the things that you prepared for, it really starts to transcend and start to be a reality. So let's try this again.
Eldo, we're going to get it right this time.
You going to get it? Yeah, I'm going to make you keep.
This is the last time no matter what. We're going to get it right.
One.
Woo!
No,
that was it.
Woo, nothing. That wasn't it. Let's try it again. One. One.
Yeah.
One. 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 Do you see the difference?
Yes.
That's
felt
the
good.
oneness that you need to be able to persevere. Now we're going to do this Gator Bait chant one more time. All I'm giving y'all is, I said one. Y'all ain't do it. One. Man, y'all are slow. This group is slow.
Every time you say one.
Hey, I say every time I say one, you do that. But y'all are slow, man. What kind of grades they made?
Straight A's.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Y'all ready? If you ain't a Gator, you must be Gator Bait. Alabama.
Gator bait.
Kentucky.
Gator bait.
LSU.
Gator bait.
Arkansas.
Gator bait.
Mississippi.
Gator bait.
Say what? Come on, man. And here you go with one. I ain't say one.
He said say what? He said say what?
I said say what? I ain't say one. All right, one more time. Y'all gonna get this right. I'm not laughing with y'all. Y'all gonna get this right. Because y'all uptight. I'm gonna make y'all take off these jackets.
Yeah.
I'll make all y'all take off these jackets. Y'all don't get this one right. All right, last time. If you ain't a Gator, You must be Gator Bait. Tennessee.
Gator Bait.
LSU.
Gator Bait.
Auburn Tigers.
Gator Bait.
Arkansas.
Gator Bait.
Florida State.
National
Bait.
championship.
Say what?
Bait.
Y'all almost got it. Y'all keep practicing. We'll come back and do this
We'll
next
come
year.
back next year.
That's right. Next year.
Thank you, guys. Well, I think we should switch positions.
believe
Maybe you
that-
should be the moderator.
You know, I can do that. See,
you
that's
can do
that's
that.
all in me. You know,
That
man.
is in you.
You know?
That is in you.
People always wonder where that come from. He actually made that up. If you're not a Gator, then you're Gator Bait.
Oh, he's the actual
Actually, that's
original.
Dog's
Oh, yeah,
original.
you know.
The
He
original.
made that saying up right there.
So now we learned something.
That's right.
And, we're about out of time. So I believe everybody, we have a break. Mr. Gator Bait, Mr. Lawrence, right, will be out there taking cards, teaching you how to clap and everything. And we just want to thank everybody that was part of this panel and appreciate
Thanks for
hearing
having
your
me.
story.
Definitely. Thanks for having us.
All right, bless you guys.